You can now buy a house in Italy for as little as €1. Yes, you heard me right, for as little as €1. This is a great offer that's available right now. This offer is waiting for you to take it. I want to walk you through how this works, and we're also going to discuss some visa options for Italy. So this is a great video. If you're looking to move to Italy, if you're an EU citizen or non-EU citizen, it doesn't really matter. You might be able to qualify for a €1 house. Of course, there are some contingencies, and we're going to break them down for you in this video. So basically, Italy has this great offer. You can buy a house for €1. What's interesting here is that these houses are mainly owned privately, and the people that are selling these houses, they typically don't want to continue paying taxes, they don't want to spend money on renovation, or maybe they don't have anyone to pass the house on to. They don't have children, they don't have relatives, whatever it might be, right? They just want to get rid of the house, okay? Oftentimes, and in many cases, almost in all cases, the house is in not so good condition, okay? I mean in bad condition, meaning the house requires renovation. Some of these houses might be hundreds of years old, and other houses might be newer, right? They might be built in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, so you might be able to get a really good deal. However, as in everything, there's a caveat, right? If something is this cheap, it obviously requires money. It requires you to renovate the place. And how it works is that you make an agreement where you agree, so I'm going to renovate this place in a certain amount of time, and I'm going to invest so and so much money. Because what people don't want, what the government doesn't want, is for you to just buy a house and not do anything with it. You know, that's not the point. The point is to buy the house and renovate it and live in the house. That's the whole point. That's what Italy wants. And that's why this offer is available. If not, they could just say, hey, you know what, we sell it for like 25% of the price or 50% of the price, right? You got to renovate, you got to spend tens of thousands of euros. Depending on the size of the house, you might actually have to spend a lot more than that. So there are notary fees to pay. This is not free, right? This is just as any other house purchase, right? You got to purchase the house, you got to pay your taxes, you got to pay the notary fees. I mean, especially the notary fees, you're not going to pay much in taxes, right? But the notary fees, you have to pay them. You need to get the permits. And once you have the permits, then you must start the restructuring, the renovation within a certain amount of time, which has been agreed on inside the contract. The municipality makes sure that you are indeed a serious private buyer. So this happens between private parties, right? The house seller is a private party and you are a private party too, right? So the municipality makes sure that this is a legitimate contract, right? A legitimate deal. And so what they want from you is for you to obviously go there, you know, like check out the house, you know, so they want to make sure you're interested and that you're actually seeing the property that you're looking to buy. Obviously, you have to work with construction engineers, follow local laws, and just be compliant as you would be compliant in any country. So Italy is not an exception. Italy is not different. This is just as any other house purchase, with the exception that you're buying it for €1 and that it's a great deal. But you have to follow the local laws. You have to renovate it, right? You have to hire construction engineers, and you have to do this within a certain amount of time because, again, what Italy does not want is for you to just buy a house and don't do anything with it. That's not the point. The point is to renovate the place and live in it. Now, if you are not an EU citizen, okay, in the EU, right, every EU citizen can buy land, can buy property, apartments, whatever, in every country that's part of the European Union. So in that sense, it's a great concept. Right? There's no discrimination or anything. It's like a union law in place pretty much, right? And so because of that, we can, like I'm a citizen of Austria, I can go to Italy and buy a house, apartment, land, whatever, you know, without a lot of other complications, right? But if you're a non-EU citizen, you might also be able to do it, assuming that your home country allows an Italian citizen to purchase a house and land in your country. If that's the case, you can do it. If not, it might not work for you, right? So you see that the government is pushing the concept of reciprocity. And I believe the whole world should be based on reciprocity. Like if you come to Italy, if you come to this beautiful country and you want to own real estate here, great. Assuming that your country allows Italians to own real estate in your respective country. This is very important, and I hope the whole world will adjust based on this principle because it's fair. All right, let's say you want to move ahead with this €1 house project. Okay, a very exciting deal. This is like a dream come true. Yes, you have to invest more money, but being able to purchase a house for €1, I think it's a true privilege. And the Italian government is amazing for offering this kind of deal. So how this works is that you have to come here on a visa. You have to be here legally. You can't be here illegally. Going to check up on you. You're going to check your documents. You have to come here legally. If you come from North America, Canada, United States, you have a 90-day tourist visa. If you want to get a residence permit, within the first 8 days of you arriving in Italy, you want to apply for your residence permit. That's very, very important. And we actually help with this. We are a full package relocation agency. If you want to use our services, you can then check out the website that's not listed below. But how it works here, within 8 days, you want to apply for the residence permit. And this is set by legislation. So it says that if you come here on a tourist visa and you want to become a resident of Italy, you've got to do it within 8 days. You've got to apply within 8 days. And then it will take as long as it takes, depending on backlog, depending on, where you're applying from. And so it can take several months. So just be prepared for that. If your visa expires before then, or if there are any complications, you might be able to stay or do a visa run depending on the specific situation at the specific time. And this information changes, right? So what I'm telling you today might not be valid in 4 months from now, might not be valid in 2 years. So this is why I don't want to mention too much specific information, because again, it will not make this a timely video. So just be prepared for changes and be like water, adjust. But if you want to get a residence in Italy, you can do it through company formation. You can invest €250,000 or more in a startup. And again, this is for non-EU citizens. Okay, if you're an EU citizen, it's much easier. You can come live here in Italy very easily, and you don't have to make any substantial investment to get a residence permit or visa. You don't have to do that. But if you're from outside the EU, the European Union, then you have to get a visa, a residence permit, then you can purchase the home, right? So this is a great opportunity. And Italy is the gold standard of living. It really is. If you come here and you experience this authenticity, this high standard, this high quality food, high quality dining culture, I always say Italy is a quality play. Italy is for quality lovers. This is who Italy is for. Italy is not as cheap as certain emerging markets, but the quality that you have here is unheard of. It's not available in most countries on the planet. There are a few places that are as high in quality as Italy is. It's a great deal. With this €1 house purchase, you can start a new life in one of the best countries in terms of quality of life, standard of living, cleanliness, just scenery, this kind of stuff that really makes people thrive and makes people appreciate life. You have that in Italy. Come here. Try it out. Like I said, if you need our help, please feel free to contact us. And I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Thank you for watching.